Imagine this, it's 3 a.m. and you bolt awake with a brilliant idea, one that could change your project, your business, maybe even your life. You grab your phone, type it into your notes app, and drift back to sleep feeling relieved. But here's the painful truth. 2 weeks later, that idea is buried under 247 other random notes, and you can't even remember what it was about. Sound familiar? You're not alone. The average person has over 10,000 thoughts per day, and the ones worth keeping, they're drowning in mental clutter, scattered across sticky notes, random notebooks, voice memos, and 17 different apps. It's exhausting. But what if I told you there's a way to capture every valuable thought, organize it effortlessly, and actually use it when you need it most? That's what a second brain does. It's not just another productivity hack. It's a personalized external thinking system that remembers for you, connects ideas for you, and turns information into action. I've been there, overwhelmed by information overload, forgetting important insights, feeling like my brain was constantly at capacity. Building my second brain changed everything, and today I'm walking you through exactly how to design yours from scratch. If you're on a journey to become your strongest, most focused self, someone who captures ideas instead of losing them, who builds knowledge instead of collecting clutter, you're in the right place. Consider subscribing so you never miss a step on this path to mental clarity and creative power. The problem, why your brain needs backup. Let's get real for a moment. Your brain is incredible. It can create, analyze, feel, and dream. But here's what it's terrible at: storing information long-term and retrieving it on demand. Think of your brain like a brilliant creative director who's also trying to be a filing cabinet. It's overworked, overwhelmed, and honestly, it's not designed for that job. Studies show that we forget approximately 50% of new information within an hour and up to 90% within a week. That article you read, that podcast that changed your perspective, that conversation that sparked something new, without a system, they're gone. You might feel this way right now. You consume endless content, books, videos, courses, but when it's time to actually apply that knowledge, your mind goes blank. You've become an information hoarder without transformation. You're collecting without connecting, learning without implementing. The cost of not having a system. Here's what this chaos costs you. You're constantly starting from zero. Every project feels like you're reinventing the wheel because you can't access what you already know. Decision fatigue sets in because you're making the same mental calculations repeatedly. Creative breakthroughs slip away because there's nowhere for ideas to cross-pollinate and grow. I remember spending hours searching for a resource I knew I'd saved somewhere, a quote, a statistic, a strategy, only to give up and Google it again, wondering why I bothered saving anything in the first place. That frustration, it's a symptom of having information without infrastructure. But here's the breakthrough moment. You don't need a better memory. You need a better system. Your second brain isn't about being more organized for organization's sake. It's about freeing your biological brain to do what it does best: create, connect, and innovate. When you stop using your brain as storage and start using it as a processor, everything changes. The foundation, 4 core principles. Introduction to the framework. Designing your second brain isn't about copying someone else's system or buying expensive software. It's about building something that works with your brain, not against it. After testing dozens of methods and studying how experts manage knowledge, I've distilled this down to 4 core principles that make any second brain actually work. Principle 1, capture with intention. The first rule, don't capture everything. Capture what resonates. If you try to save every article, every thought, every link, you're just moving the clutter from your browser to your second brain. Here's the filter I use. Ask yourself, does this change how I think or what I'll do? If something makes you pause, makes you think differently, or could inform a decision or project, capture it. If it's just mildly interesting, let it go. I learned this the hard way. I once had over 500 articles saved in Pocket, but I'd only ever revisit maybe 3. The act of saving had become a procrastination tactic disguised as productivity. Now when I capture something, I add 1 sentence in my own words about why it matters. That friction, just 20 seconds of reflection, filters out 80% of noise and makes what remains actually valuable. Your first step is this. Choose one capture tool. Could be a simple notes app, Notion, Obsidian, or even a physical notebook, and commit to it for 30 days. Every capture method you add is another place to forget something. Principle 2. Organize for retrieval, not for beauty. This might hurt to hear, but those perfectly color-coded folders, that elaborate tagging system, if they take more than 5 seconds to use, you won't use them when it matters. Experts agree on this. The best organizational system is the one you'll actually maintain. My breakthrough came when I stopped organizing by topic and started organizing by actionability. I use 4 simple categories, and this is adapted from Tiago Forte's PARA method: projects, what I'm working on now; areas, ongoing responsibilities; resources, topics of interest; and archives, completed or inactive. Think of organization like a kitchen. You don't organize spatulas by color, you put cooking tools where you cook. Similarly, organize information by when and how you'll use it. If you're writing a book, that research doesn't go in a writing folder. It goes directly in your book project space where you'll actually see and use it. Principle 3. Connect ideas, don't just collect. Here's where magic happens. Your second brain becomes powerful not when you add more information, but when you connect what's already there. Breakthroughs don't come from new information. They come from new combinations of existing information. When you capture something, immediately ask, what does this relate to? Link it to at least one other note, project, or idea. Picture the freedom of having your past insights automatically resurface when you need them. That's what connected thinking does. It makes your knowledge compound over time. Principle 4. Review and resurface regularly. A second brain without regular review is just a graveyard of good intentions. I schedule 15 minutes every Sunday to browse recent captures and 30 minutes monthly to review project folders. This isn't busy work. It's when connections happen, when forgotten ideas return, when your system proves its worth. During reviews, I ask, what surprised me this week? What's still relevant? What can I act on now? These questions transform passive storage into active insight. If this framework is speaking to you so far, if you're realizing that knowledge without retrieval is just digital clutter, hit that like button so YouTube knows to show you more content that fuels your mindset and transforms how you think. Building your system. Practical steps. Step 1. Choose your platform. Let's get practical. You need to choose your second brain home base. Here's my honest take after trying everything. For beginners, start with something simple like Apple Notes, Google Keep, or Microsoft OneNote. They sync across devices, they're free, and they're not overwhelming. The best system is the one you'll actually use today, not the perfect one you'll set up someday. For intermediate users, consider Notion if you like databases and flexibility, or Evernote if you want powerful search and web clipping. These offer more organizational power without massive complexity. For power users, explore Obsidian or Roam Research if you want network thinking with backlinks and graph views. These tools make connections visible and enable truly linked thinking. But here's what matters most. Don't spend 3 weeks researching tools. Pick one now, commit to it for 3 months, and adjust later if needed. The tool is just the container. Your thinking is what matters. Step 2. Set up your structure. Once you've chosen your platform, create these 4 top-level folders: projects, areas, resources, archives. Projects contain anything with a deadline or defined outcome. Launch podcast, plan wedding, learn Spanish for trip. Areas hold ongoing responsibilities without endpoints: health, finances, relationships, career development. Resources are topics you're interested in. productivity, psychology, marketing strategies, stoicism. Archives store completed projects and inactive resources. This structure answers one question: where will I look for this when I need it? Not where does this fit conceptually, but where will future me search? Start with just this structure. Don't create 50 subfolders on day one. Let your system grow organically as you use it. Think of stress like a rubber band. When it stretches too far, it snaps. Same with organizational systems. Keep it simple until complexity becomes necessary. Step 3. Create your capture workflow. Now establish how information enters your second brain. Here's my workflow: quick captures, phone buzzes with idea. I open my Notes app and drop it in an inbox note. No organizing, no perfecting. Just capture and move on. I process this inbox weekly, reading captures. When something in an article strikes me, I highlight it and add a note in my own words. I use Readwise to automatically send these to my second brain, but you could simply copy-paste into a reading notes document. Meeting captures. I take notes directly in the relevant project folder. During a work meeting about the marketing campaign, notes go straight into marketing campaign project, not some general meeting notes folder where they'll die. The key: reduce friction. Every extra step between thought and capture is an opportunity to lose it. Step 4. Practice progressive summarization. Here's a technique that changed everything for me. When you capture information, don't just dump full articles or transcripts. Use progressive summarization. First pass: capture the excerpt or idea. Second pass, if you revisit it, bold the most important sentences. Third pass, if it proves valuable, highlight or color the key phrases within those sentences. Fourth pass, when you're ready to use it, write a one-sentence summary at the top. This means your most valuable insights rise to the surface. When you open a note 6 months later, you see the essence immediately. No rereading required. You're creating layers of compression so future you get the insight without the overhead. Making it work long-term. Avoiding common pitfalls. Let's talk about the mistakes that kill second brains before they ever deliver results. Pitfall 1. Perfectionism. You spend more time organizing than creating. If you catch yourself color-coding tags instead of working on actual projects, stop. Organization is a tool, not the goal. Pitfall 2. Overcomplication. You build an elaborate system with 17 nested folders and custom plugins. Then you abandon it because it's too complex to maintain. Remember, simple systems win because they're sustainable. Pitfall 3. Capture without review. You save everything but never look at it again. Your second brain becomes a black hole. Schedule reviews. Make them non-negotiable. This is when your system pays dividends. Building the habit. Here's the honest truth. Building a second brain won't transform your life overnight. It won't be easy at first. You'll forget to capture things. You'll dump notes in the wrong place. You'll go weeks without reviewing. That's normal. That's part of growth. Start with one micro habit. End each day by spending 2 minutes capturing the most important thing you learned or thought. Just one thing. Do this for 30 days, and you'll have 30 insights, 30 more than you'd have otherwise. Then layer on weekly reviews, then monthly deep dives. Build the system habit by habit, not all at once. You're capable of more than you think, but only if you're patient enough to let mastery unfold gradually. Measuring success. How do you know your second brain is working? You'll notice these shifts. You stop saying, "I read something about this somewhere," and start saying, "Let me check my notes." You make connections between ideas from 6 months ago and what you learned yesterday. Projects move faster because you're building on past thinking instead of starting from scratch. You feel less mentally cluttered because your brain trusts that important thoughts are safe outside your head. These moments, when your system delivers exactly what you need exactly when you need it, that's the payoff. That's when you realize you've built something truly valuable. Let's bring this home. Designing your ideal second brain isn't about productivity theater. It's not about looking organized while drowning in information. It's about building a genuine external thinking partner that remembers for you, connects for you, and frees your mind to do what it does best: create meaningful work. We covered the 4 core principles: capture with intention, organize for retrieval, connect ideas, and review regularly. We walk through practical steps: choosing your platform, setting up simple structure, creating friction-free capture workflows, and using progressive summarization to surface insights. But knowledge without action is just entertainment. So here's your concrete takeaway. Action challenge. Today, yes today, I want you to do this. Open whatever notes app you already have on your phone. Create a single note called Inbox. For the next 7 days, whenever you have a thought, read something valuable, or learn something worth remembering, drop it in that inbox with 1 sentence about why it matters to you. That's it. No elaborate system, no perfect organization, just 7 days of intentional capture. Then this time next week, review what you collected. You'll be amazed at what you captured that would have otherwise vanished. That's your proof of concept. That's when you'll feel the power of having a second brain. You can begin by setting a phone reminder right now: add to my second brain inbox. Your first step is always the hardest, but it's also the one that changes everything. Picture this: 6 months from now, you're working on a project and you think, I know I learned something about this. You search your second brain and there it is. The perfect insight, captured months ago, waiting for exactly this moment. You smile because you realize your past self took care of your future self. That's what we're building here. You're not just organizing information, you're designing a system that multiplies your thinking, compounds your learning, and ensures your best ideas never die forgotten. Imagine waking up excited because you have a trusted system that makes you smarter every single day. This is possible for you. It requires effort, yes, but the freedom of never losing another valuable thought? Worth every minute. If you're ready to stop losing your best ideas and start building a system that makes you genuinely smarter over time, subscribe to this channel. Hit that notification bell because we're going deep on mindset, systems, and strategies that turn information into transformation. Drop a comment and tell me, what's one idea you wish you'd captured but lost forever? Let's build something better together. I'll see you in the next one.